Authorities are investigating a stowaway attempt, and for the suspect, it is not the first time.
Svetlana Dali is in custody in Italy after allegedly sneaking onto a United flight at New Jersey's Newark Airport this week, successfully boarding a plane bound for Milan. United says it's investigating. This isn't the first time Dali has made a stowaway attempt. Back in 2024, she snuck onto a Delta flight from New York to Paris. When she was released from custody, she allegedly cut off an ankle monitor and tried to flee to Canada. Dali was sentenced to time served. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
A mama bear and her newborn cubs will have a safe place to stay until spring, but the only thing is that it's underneath a house in California.
That is the sound of baby bears Echo, Oakley, and Storm, named by the Bear League, a California conservation group. The babies were born to a black bear who slipped into the crawl space of a cabin in Lake Tahoe sometime in January. The owner could have had her removed then, but once she gave birth, it became illegal to force the bears to leave because the babies could have died in the elements. The Bear League is trying to remind people to secure their homes, especially their crawl spaces, to prevent them from becoming dens for wayward bears. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
In a victory for President Trump, D.C.-based federal judge has denied a request to impose a preliminary injunction blocking construction of the White House ballroom. I'm Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
News Talk 610 AM and 102.1 FM. KVNU.
It's now 4:05 as we begin KVNU's For the People show on this nice Thursday afternoon as we've enjoyed partly cloudy skies. Looks like tomorrow's going to be even better before we have a chance of some showers coming in for the weekend. Well, our top story, Providence officials are surveying residents now to determine if the city should take over the Cache County Library, which faces potential closure this summer. Now, the county may defund the library after June, a move that's been proposed to save $250,000 annually. Now, county officials have argued that 80% of residents in the valley are double taxed because they already fund municipal libraries in other cities. However, data also shows that 70% of the county's library patrons reside in Providence, River Heights, and Millville. Now, Providence currently spends about $100,000 a year on the library's facilities and maintenance. Through an anonymous online survey that was posted earlier this week, the city is asking residents how a closure would impact them and whether they would support a property tax increase to keep the doors open. Now, any transaction of operations to the city would require public budget discussions and also the approval of the Providence City Council. Meanwhile, Utah Senate Republicans say they are considering a proposed constitutional amendment to restrict the power of citizen initiatives, which could be introduced before the legislative session ends next month or during a special session. Now, Senate President J. Stewart Adams, a Republican from Layton, said that they're working on it. He said that when it comes out, if it's not by the end of this session, it will probably be considered in a special session. Now, the proposed amendment is expected to counter a Utah Supreme Court ruling that upheld the constitutional right of citizen initiatives to alter and reform the government. Now, that landmark ruling had enabled the League of Women Voters of Utah and Mormon Women for Ethical Government to advance a lawsuit against the legislature over Proposition 4, an independent redistricting initiative previously passed by voters. And finally, a West Valley City family is pleading for the public's help in finding a 31-year-old by the name of Cheyenne Turner, who vanished more than 10 days ago after telling her mother that she feared for her safety. Now, Turner last contacted her family on February 13th, reportedly crying and incoherent. Now, she reportedly had left the state without her personal belongings. West Valley City Police spokesperson Roxanne Vanuku said that Turner indicated that she was traveling to the Las Vegas or Arizona area. Now, the man that Turner initially traveled with returned to Utah earlier this month. He told investigators that she had gotten out of his car in Arizona and then left with another man that she knew. Now, Turner's aunt, Angie Turner, noted that her niece has 3 children and said that the prolonged lack of communication is extremely unusual. Well, your weather forecast through the rest of the afternoon, still going to see some clouds as temperatures have been in the low 50s today. Tonight, we'll drop into the low 30s, and tomorrow, it's going to be a beautiful day. In fact, warmest temperatures likely of the week as we'll be in the mid to high 50s, and then a chance of some showers coming in for Saturday, increasing on Sunday. And weather brought to you by Quality First Insurance. Matt Robbins has everything you need to take care of all of your insurance needs. And now that he has joined the Alera Group, he has more options for all of your insurance. Give Matt Robbins a call at 752-0101. And I'm Will Feelwright for KVNU News.
Whole Tree Care.
Winter is finally here, and for Whole Tree Care, it's when the smartest work gets done. January and February mean the biggest savings of the year on tree trimming, 40% off. With the leaves gone, it's easier to trim and shape your trees, all while beating the spring rush.
Whole Tree Care.
The only finger you have to lift is to dial the phone number, 760-6587. Whole Tree Care, 760-6587.
Whole Tree Care.
610 AM and 102.1 FM. News Talk KVNU.
If you live in Box Elder County, help for ear, nose, and throat issues just got a whole lot closer. Cache Valley Ear, Nose, and Throat is now open in their new Brigham City location. With over 75 years of combined provider experience, Dr. Jackson Deere is ready to care for allergies, asthma, sinus problems, hearing loss, and more. Finally, Cache Valley ENT in the Brigham City community at 990 South Medical Drive next to the Brigham City Hospital. Call 753-7880 to schedule or visit CacheValleyENT.com. Cache Valley ENT. Trusted care now in Brigham City.
How do you pick where to buy tires? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo? Ask your dog? Yeah, don't do that. Go where people know tires. Discount Tire in Logan, Providence, and Smithfield. They've got the brands you trust, plus brands to save you money, like Nixon, Summit, and Cascade. And a team that's fair, honest, and won't accidentally upsell you a gold-plated valve stem. Summer road trips are coming, and bald tires in July? That's basically a slip and slide with your in-laws in the back seat. Discount Tire. Online at webtires.net.
Tire store.
At Canyon Plumbing and Heating, we don't believe in quick fixes that will cost you more down the line. As a locally owned, locally operated company serving Cache Valley since 2005, we're invested in this community and our customers. That's why we take the time to find the root of the problem and fix it right the first time. Call 435-881-6952 or visit canyonph.net. Canyon Plumbing and Heating, local service you can trust.
KVNU's For the People with Jason Williams and Bill Walter.
And it is Utah known as the fraud capital of the world. Not because we have more people committing fraud, but because we have so many people falling for it.
Going beneath the headlines and connecting you to the newsmakers.
The radio is a great way to get the word out to a lot of people in an emergency. So we thank you for your help and being a partner with us.
For the People on News Talk KVNU, 610 AM, 102.1 FM. Online at 610kvnu.com and on the KVNU mobile app.
Welcome to KVNU's For the People. It is Thursday, February 26th. I'm Jason Williams. 51 degrees here at the Radio Ranch at 4:11 in the afternoon. Coming up on the show today, our spotlight on Logan schools. This usually happens on the second to last Wednesday, or last Wednesday of every month. But on Thursday today, we had to rearrange the schedule a little bit to accommodate some guests that Frank Schofield will be bringing with him in hour 2. And there's actually a lot changing in Logan School District. So parents, you'll want to tune in. Here in hour 1, though, it is Thursday. It's 4 o'clock. It's time for this week's For the People Theater Hour with Charlie Schill here in the studio. If you missed our show last Thursday, grab the podcast because that was
funny.
Fun. That was a really fun conversation with, we had cast member and director.
Celeste Bale. And
I was hoping you'd remember.
It's absurd. I can't
said her name 9 times during the hour, and right now, under pressure, I'm blanking. But a very funny cast member.
No, I'm not going to let you get away with that.
I'll do some Googling really quick. Did you get out to see the show?
Oh, yeah. It was great fun.
Honestly, I think one of the most fun conversations we've had.
Bailey Hendry.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Duh.
That was going to drive me nuts.
Slap the crap out of me.
Oh, it was, and to get a chance to see kind of inside the inside the the rehearsal and production side of that work is just, yeah, that was a lot of fun. So listen to the podcast. What do you think of the show?
It's great fun. It's just a ball. John Rash plays Monty Navarro, who is the charming serial killer in the show. And John really needs to spend more time on stage because he's good at it. He's been spending most of his time directing for 4 seasons and doing other things behind the scenes for 4 seasons. But he is really good in this role. It's kind of a tongue-in-cheek part. You know, it starts off, he is a ne'er-do-well bachelor living in London. His mother dies, and this strange old lady comes out of the woodwork and tells him his story, that she's a member of this Desquith family who are Earls of Hightower, and that she was disinherited for marrying for love. So he's got a chip on his shoulder to start with. And more or less by accident, he knocks off the first one, who's between him and the
that's right,
the Earl of he invites a priest to go show him the tower of and the old man goes over the side and is gone. And
yeah,
he stops and he thinks about it a little bit, and later on he gets a chance to kill a second one, and then he really gets rolling. He thinks, oh, wait a minute, this is possible. And he only needs to kill 5 more to become Earl of Hightower or whatever it is. and then he really gets rolling. A great show, great music. As far as music goes, he's a little underemployed. He's got a good voice, but it's the girls in the show, Bailey and Rachel Fillingham, who really do the stuff, do the heavy lifting. Celeste said the reason she was attracted to this show was because it had a score that still had classical music elements.
Oh.
Well, the ladies do all of that singing. And are they amazing? Yes, they are.
That's
really good. And they're just a ball to watch. Bailey is a cousin of Monty's, who he, third or fourth cousin, so he's not averse to marrying her. And she's bubbly and fun and bounces all over the stage.
Which is good in that role.
Oh, she's marvelous. She's just marvelous.
That's a high energy role.
Yeah, yeah. The other hand, Rachel Fillingham is very statuesque, very sensuous as she moves around the stage. She's kind of a femme fatale. She's a married woman. She wants to continue to play with Monty on the side.
That's right.
And
I forgot that complication in his plans.
She's dynamite to watch.
That is, I completely forgot that there was a kind of a subplot involving his.
See, he starts out, well, I'll kill these people, and then I'll be rich enough that I can go after Sibylla, who's his girlfriend. And then halfway through, he meets Bailey, who's Penelope Desquith, and he suddenly changes his sights. Ooh, this could be a better deal for me.
But at this point, he's
and then
committed,
he starts to play hard to get.
and at this point, he's committed to the murder plan.
So one way or the other.
Yeah, so he can't back out of that, even though he's having some second thoughts. And it's a really the story is very funny, and the people we met here in the studio last week, being a part of this, you could tell they were excited for this.
It's so well done.
This is a long run too. I mean, they're doing 3 weekends, 3 full weekends.
No. This is it.
Oh, that's right.
This weekend.
That is, and then they move on to. Oh, that's right. I see close for rehearsal here a lot after that in February, or for Cash Theater Company, or for the Utah Theater. Sorry, looking at their website. We should mention this just really quick. If speaking of the Utah Theater, the final performance of Cash Theater Company's High School Musical Junior, both tonight, 6 and 8 p.m. So I don't know if it's the same cast of high school kids in each show or if it's 2 different casts, but 2 shows tonight, 6 and 8 p.m., and then back tomorrow night to A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
Yeah.
And then that is Saturday and Monday for the other shows. Oh, they do have a matinee, right, on Saturday?
Saturday, yes.
At 3, okay. This is
it is so worth going out to see. It is well done. Festival Opera did this show couple 3 years ago, you would think that they would invite comparison, seeing 2 shows like this, but they don't. They each have their own personality and their own way of playing it, and I can't find any fault with either of them.
Yeah.
Celeste has just put together a marvelous cast. Every other person except Bailey and Rachel and John play multiple roles throughout the show. And there's a lot of quick change artist stuff. Clifton Richards plays the corpses.
Yeah, I forget about that as well. You do have to have an entire cast member for the corpses.
And the amazing thing, you cannot believe how fast they can make a costume change on him. I mean, by the time they haul the body off stage, 15 seconds later he's a new man or a new woman, because he plays women too. And
that's right.
And he's back, new makeup, the whole shoot match. It's amazing to watch. It really is.
It's a really fun show, and it is if you've never seen it before, this is a great way to be introduced to it. This cast and Celeste directing. Although I have to say, I didn't want to say this while she was here. Just knowing some of the roles in this, I kind of wish she was on stage for this one. I'm sure she does really well as a director with her experience, but there's a role that is so perfect for her.
There isn't a role that's perfect for her in this show, really. Because,
you don't think so?
Because she does comedy and does it so well.
Yeah, that's a good point.
She can do.
She'd be understated.
She can do Mrs. Hannigan in Annie, and she can do. There's another one but I think Celeste's particular talents for comedy. There isn't a role here that that would be worthy of her talents.
That's a good
point.
Because she is
both the role of Sibylla and the role of that Bailey is playing, Phoebe. are both fairly straight.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And besides, she's way too tall. She just spent the whole night looking down at John.
That's a good point.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Celeste. I didn't really mean it. But.
That is a fair point. This is, honestly, this is an opportunity, so get out and see it. You can get tickets to A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder at musictheaterwest.com, and also a link at utahtheater.org where it is the show throughout this weekend. And again, there is a High School Musical Junior 2 shows tonight, and I was wrong. It's not the last one. They're doing that again next Thursday, and then they're done.
That's why they're closed.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
All right. More of the For the People Theater Hour and Charlie Schill right after this.
News Talk 610 AM, 102.1 FM, KVNU.
Local radio doesn't just serve Utah communities, it helps power Utah's economy. A national economic study shows local radio generates billions of dollars in economic activity in Utah and Idaho, supporting tens of thousands of jobs across the region. That impact starts locally, with businesses growing, people working, and communities staying connected. Right here in Cache Valley, local radio isn't just part of the conversation, it helps keep our economy moving. Cache Valley Media Group, local radio that works.
We're here with Chuck, founder of Dollar Loan Center. Why is it so important for Logan Ogden customers to deal with a licensed, regulated, direct lender?
A lot of lenders may look legit, but they are not, especially online. Borrowers need to be careful to deal with lenders who are licensed and regulated by the state of Utah, who really lend their own money and aren't just lead generators.
And Dollar Loan Center is a direct lender?
Yes, we've been around 28 years, Utah licensed, and I actually lend out my own money. We are extremely transparent, fair, and always guarantee to beat the rate of our competition. And our customers' Bill of Rights is in writing at don'tbebroke.com, and we never charge to apply.
Dollar Loan Center lends up to $5,000 in minutes. Stop by in Logan, Ogden, or any of our 15 Utah locations to meet our real friendly staff. You can also apply over the phone or online at don'tbebroke.com.
Licensed by the Utah Department of Financial Institutions. Subject to approval, limitations may apply. See website for details.
Local radio reaches Utahns where they live, work, and drive without subscriptions, algorithms, or paywalls. That reach makes it one of the most trusted and efficient ways for local businesses to connect with local audiences. Weather alerts, high school sports, community news, local radio keeps Cache Valley informed and connected. Cache Valley Media Group. Trusted voices, local focus.
Welcome back to KVNU's For the People Theater Hour with Charlie Schill here in the studio. Charlie's review, 2 big thumbs up for A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder, playing at the Utah Theater tomorrow night and through to Monday with a matinee on Saturday as well. Tickets at musictheaterwest.com, and you can check out the full Utah Theater calendar. They've got some movies, some other shows, of course, and as I mentioned tonight, 2 different shows, and I looked, it is 2 different casts for High School Musical Junior at the Utah Theater tonight. Tickets are $11, and what's next?
Well, we've been wondering what Cache Theater Company, or the adults from Cache Theater Company, are going to be doing. They've been keeping things pretty carefully under wraps.
Yeah.
Well, that's taken care of now. They're going to be doing a play called The Hello Girls, which is about female soldiers, I believe, in the First World War.
Okay.
The auditions for that show are going to be this weekend, Saturday,
really?
March 21st at Lionheart Hall.
Wow.
They're looking for performers who are ages 18 and above, both experienced actors and new talent. The show, this is a fairly recent musical, and the show actually will be performed May 29th to June 6th.
Oh, okay.
So that's what they're doing.
But they're getting it underway now.
Yeah, well,
I guess that is that's
you have
closer
to,
than I.
and what we've got at Lionheart Hall is an embarrassment of riches.
Yeah.
This is this is going to be going on. They're going to be doing a community showcase. They've got an awful lot of stuff built into their schedule all of a sudden.
Yeah.
With the Curtains and Cuisine dinner theater and all that kind of stuff. They're really wailing on their success, I think.
Yeah. And really good for them.
Absolutely good for them.
They've earned it. The risks they've taken and that have paid off.
Ryan Lenhart took one half of an old Sears building or whatever it was, or King's building.
Yeah, King's, that's right.
And
I forgot about that.
And took a risk, Who would think that in a town like this, which has got tons of theater already going on.
Yeah.
That you could say, okay, I'm going to start doing alternative type theater, alternative presentations. I'm going to do weddings, and I'm going to do bar mitzvahs and all that stuff. And I'm going to have a place where a theater company can come in and do shows.
Yeah.
When they first announced that they were going to do that, I said, first of all, there's no possible way you can turn an abandoned building into a good theater venue.
Yeah, I didn't think it would work.
No,
honestly,
no.
I thought good for them trying it, but because you've seen this so many times, we've had comedy clubs have tried to work here.
Let's do a play out in the barn.
Yeah, that was, and then they surprised me.
They surprised everybody.
Yeah,
and more power to them.
Yeah, that's why
they've done a superb job, and everything that people have thrown at them. The Opera Theater doing The Great Comet, the Curtains and Cuisine dinner theaters, Light Switch Stories, comedy nights. They all work.
That's
because that venue is so flexible that you can move, you can do almost anything there.
I think that's what's so interesting is that they've been able to, they quickly discovered that flexibility, and then they've been able to play with it a little bit.
Yeah.
The recent USU Opera event where they did, I mean, I don't know if you'd say theater in the round, but something like that.
Well, the actors were all moving through the audience.
Yeah, they're
all
just
night
kind of
long.
mixed in with the audience.
It was marvelous. It was just marvelous. And the going in a half hour early and having the members of the cast working as waiters and waitresses, it was a marvelous experience. It was something it had never been done in Utah or been done in Cache Valley before, and it worked.
Yeah, and that's I honestly thought that was just that alone is a reason to go support them, to kind of say like, hey, keep doing this.
Yeah,
keep taking these risks, bringing in stuff that as we've discussed before, and not a slight at all on any other venue, but a touring comedian, family friendly, maybe not going to even fill a third of the Eccles, which is unpleasant for everyone when there's 100 people in the front of the Eccles and no one else. But 100 people for a touring family friendly comedian is a big crowd. And then you put them in somewhere like Lionheart Hall, it's a way different event for everybody, including the performer. And so, yeah, and like I say, the risks they've taken. All right. Shout out to Lionheart Hall. And stick around. More of the For the People Theater Hour with Charlie Schill here in the studio after the news with KVNU's Will Feel Right.
Thanks, Jason. The Box Elder School District's Board of Education is now evaluating its next steps after residents successfully petitioned to place a $140 million lease revenue bond on the upcoming November ballot. Now, the bond, intended to fund a new elementary school and high school upgrades to ease overcrowding, was put on hold after petition signatures were validated on January 30th. Now, unlike general obligation bonds, lease revenue bonds do not automatically require voter approval. Now, district voters previously had rejected a $220 million general obligation bond 2 years ago. Now, during yesterday's hearing, the board discussed several other alternatives if the $140 million measure does not proceed as originally planned. Now, some of the options include paying off a 2009 bond early to reduce taxes, while also proposing a smaller bond strictly for a new elementary school in West Tremonton. Now, officials noted that relying on portable classrooms remains a poor long-term solution for the district's ongoing infrastructure needs. In other news, the Utah Senate advanced legislation yesterday that would permanently ban healthcare providers from administering hormonal treatments to transgender minors. Now, lawmakers voted 17-7 to advance House Bill 174 to a final Senate vote. Now, if passed, the measure would prohibit the treatments starting in late January of 2028. Now, Republican supporters framed the bill as a continuation of previous state policies aimed at protecting children from making irreversible, life-altering medical decisions. Now, Senator Todd Weiler of Davis County said that he really didn't see this bill as a change of policy, while Democratic lawmakers strongly opposed the measure, arguing that it would harm vulnerable youth. And the state of Utah plans to vacate its downtown Ogden office building and instead move workers to a former IRS facility in Marriott-Slaterville within the next 3 years. Now, the state intends to sell the 7-story, 107,000-square-foot Ogden Regional Center that's along Washington Boulevard. Jeff Hymas, spokesman for the Utah Department of Government Operations, said that current structure is outdated, underutilized, and it lacks sufficient parking. Now, Utah purchased the 88,000-square-foot Marriott-Slaterville property last July for $11.2 million. Now, the state is currently requesting an additional $23 million from the legislature to fund phased construction, relocation costs, and also extensive renovations. Now, that would bring the total estimated project cost to approximately $37 million. Now, the new facility would consolidate multiple state agencies all into a modernized workspace. Well, your weather forecast through the rest of the afternoon, some clouds, but otherwise enjoying some spring-like weather over the next couple of days. As we've been in the low 50s this afternoon, tonight we'll drop into the low 30s, and then tomorrow, partly cloudy skies, temperatures around the mid-50s, and it looks like we could see these mid-50s heading into the weekend, but with more clouds and a possibility of some light rain on Saturday, increasing showers likely for Sunday. And weather brought to you by Mountain Valley Heating. And you know, when it comes to your air inside your home, sometimes it can be even dirtier than the air outside. That's why you want to call Mountain Valley Heating. Ask them about their free in-home air quality assessment. They'll come out, test the air quality in your home, find out if a steam humidifier will help improve your air quality. Give them a call today at 435-753-5170. It's Mountain Valley Heating. And I'm Will Feelright for KVNU News.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Sources tell ABC News President Trump has reviewed drafts of an executive order that will mandate voter ID and hand-counted ballots and ban mail-in ballots in November's midterm elections. Sources say that order alleges election interference by China in 2020, for which no evidence has been presented to justify a national emergency. Hillary Clinton speaking to reporters following her deposition in the House Oversight Committee's probe into Jeffrey Epstein, saying she faced hours of questioning, some that didn't relate to Epstein at all.
I don't know how many times I had to say I did not know Jeffrey Epstein. I never went to his island. I never went to his homes. I never went to his offices. So it's on the record numerous times.
Former President Bill Clinton's deposition is tomorrow. The U.S. working to verify information about 4 people killed on a board of Florida-registered boat yesterday following a shootout with Cuban troops in the waters off Cuba. This is ABC
Matt
News.
Robbins with Quality First Insurance, and we are now Alera Group. This is great news for you. Now you have more choices and strength of a top national broker in your corner with our local personal service. Every situation is unique. Now we can tailor coverages from deductibles and limits to risk management, so it fits you even better. Let's compare options and tighten your program. Same friendly faces, same local office. Call 435-752-0101.
Bringing Wall Street to Main Street. From your local experts in downtown Logan, this is the Adams Wealth Advisors Market Report.
Hi, this is Brooke with Adams Wealth Advisors. On Thursday, the market reversed course following NVIDIA's earnings. After an initial positive reaction to the company's strong results and upbeat guidance, many stocks tied directly to the AI supply chain sold off sharply. The response was layered and more complicated than it might seem. Typically, when a company beats expectations on both earnings and guidance, you'd expect the stock, and often the broader market, to move higher. But at this stage of the cycle, it's not that simple. Investor sentiment is split. Some were looking for significantly stronger guidance. Others are increasingly concerned about the long-term sustainability of AI-related spending. In the end, NVIDIA's earnings call didn't fully satisfy either camp, and that uncertainty weighed on markets today. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is price-weighted and less sensitive to some of the AI-heavy names, finished essentially flat, up just 17 points to 49,499. The AI-heavy NASDAQ fell 1.16% to 25,034, and the S&P 500 slipped 0.54% to 6,909. Meanwhile, the small-cap Russell 2000, which has less exposure to AI, actually rose 0.52% to 2,677. In the bond market, we saw a move into safer assets. Treasury prices rose, pushing yields lower. Both the 5-year and 10-year Treasury yields declined by 4 basis points, ending at 3.57% and 4.01% respectively. On the economic front, weekly jobless claims showed no meaningful signs of deterioration, reinforcing the view that labor market continues to stabilize. As we head towards the end of the week, investors will be watching new data on producer inflation and construction spending. We'll continue to keep you updated.
That's your update from Adams Wealth Advisors, guiding your financial future one day at a time. For personalized help planning yours, reach out to us at 435-752-1702. See you soon, Cache Valley. Advisory services offered through Adams Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor. For important disclosures and more information, visit adamswealthadvisors.com.
Which cookie is best? Oh, add cream to your soda or not? Well, here's something we can all agree on. We care about Utah, and it's in danger because Great Salt Lake is drying up, crippling our economy and ecosystem. Even worse, toxic dust containing arsenic and mercury will blow from the exposed lake bed, threatening the health and safety of local communities. This isn't a future problem, it's already happening. You still have time to make a difference. Visit growgsl.org to learn how you can help save the lake.
When you need tires, who do you trust? Discount Tire, serving Logan, Providence, and Smithfield, carries the brands you rely on. BF Goodrich, Michelin, Rodex, and more. Best of all, they're fair, honest, and straight with you. No leaving feeling ripped off. Summer travel is right around the corner, so get your car road ready with new shoes that keep your family safe. Discount Tire, the brands you trust, the team that keeps you rolling. Online at webtires.net.
Discount Tire. So much more than a tire store.
Welcome back to KVNU's For the People Theater Hour with Charlie Schill here in the studio. We've got a lot to talk about. I was just kind of looking at some of the calendars through the break here, and we're going to start falling behind soon. It's just going to rush up on us. There's so much coming.
We'll deal with that next week.
We can handle it. It's happened before. Because I realize at some point we're probably going to have Wendy in, and that'll be a whole hour.
You know, I sat down with her at a breakfast that the Chamber of Commerce was having.
Oh.
And I asked her when she wanted to come in. And she said, well, I've still got a bunch of holes in my schedule. I don't want to do that right now.
She wants it all full before she comes in.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay. Let's see. What else is going on? While we're on the subject of Cash Theater Company, the kids programs that they've got going on, their Summer Academy productions, they will be doing Shrek Jr., and those performances will be with the kids will be June 8 to 20, June 15 to 27.
Okay. And this is a camp style thing.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
June 22nd to 23rd and June 29th to July 11th.
Okay.
4 different casts of different ages performing Shrek Jr. And, the Cash Theater Company did that show in, I guess it was spring of last year or something like that.
Was it?
Yeah. And
Right about that.
that turned out really well for them. So I'm imagining these summer camps will be good.
And this is, as we discussed a bit last week, this is kind of part of a new model of business for them.
Yeah.
Or an expanding that side of the business.
Yeah, they're expanding that side of the business and separating it from the adult performances.
Probably a smart thing to do.
Well, yeah, and it's particularly because it's gotten so much more complex.
Oh.
All the scheduling and all that other kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And while we're on the subject, Cash Theater Company is also going to put together a summer camp for ages 12 to 14 and 15 to 18.
Really?
To handle the technical side of the house.
Oh, no, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
That's...
they're
I like that.
They're talking about building sets, doing lights and props and sound and stage managing, all the behind the scenes techniques, and that's a neat idea.
I really like that.
Let's train the kids. And by the time we go through 2 or 3 of these iterations, we'll have a backstage crew.
That's a good idea.
Prepared for the future.
Which that's if you've ever talked to folks in this world, they'll tell you that's where they often run into a shortage.
Yeah.
And I think even Pickleville recently, not this last summer, but the summer before, I heard Pickleville actually had to bring someone in from Colorado to do their light and sound through the summer for their shows. And last summer, they were able to get someone local, a U of U student. But I like that Cash Theater Company is going to be kind of training a deep bench there, too.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
It is.
Because someone has to build the sets and run the shows and do the lighting and the sound.
Unless you have Herb Newsom.
Yeah, he can do all that himself and do the one-man show on top of that.
We're talking about a performer who is coming back to the Lyric Theater this summer.
That's right.
Herb has come in, and he's a equity actor who's performed all over the world. He's written plays, performed in one-act shows that he writes.
Yeah.
And some of them have been amazing.
Really cool to see.
And he's been here in the past to do shows like Fences, Raisin in the Sun, those sort of things.
Fences, that was the last thing we saw him in here, right? Or was there something
No,
after
he
that?
was in Twelfth Night when Paul Mitry did it.
That's right.
first time I've ever seen him sing, and boy, is he good.
Yeah.
So not only can he build sets and design shows and direct shows and run shows.
He can sing.
He can sing and dance.
Yeah. Tap dance, too. Saw him do that once. Not in a show. He was just on a stage, and someone said something, and he just tap danced across the stage.
And if I had half the talent he's got in his little fingers, I'd be famous.
I was excited to hear he's coming back for the summer.
Yeah, he's marvelous. Just marvelous.
That is. And where was he at? You mentioned this when we talked about him a little while ago, but he wasn't somewhere performing, right? He was somewhere helping in a different respect. I can't remember.
I think he was building sets somewhere.
Maybe that's what I remember.
Or directing. They recently did a performance somewhere on the West Coast of his rap version of Hamlet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That
sounds interesting.
That actually, from him, from a lot of people, I'd probably roll my eyes. From him,
but not from him.
Yeah, from him, I would go see it because he's good, and he knows how to kind of stir up an audience, get the emotions going. And we have a question from a listener here. A listener says, "I have never even heard of the first show Four Seasons has this season. Does Charlie know anything about it?" It's their first one was Peter and the Starcatcher.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
That's not brand new, but it's newer.
Lyric did that back in 2017, 2018, something like that.
And this won some awards years ago, didn't it?
Yeah, and it's a prequel to Peter Pan, and the idea is here comes the backstory of people like Smee and Captain Hook and Peter and Wendy and the whole shooting match.
Yeah.
And it's not a musical, but it's very funny.
Yeah.
But I can't tell you about all of the funny things in it because that would be giving away too much. It'd be spoiling.
Yeah, you'd spoil too much. That is.
But it's a great little show. And the first time I went to see it, I thought it was a musical. And took my granddaughter to see it, and she was thrilled with it. Had a great time.
That's what. One of the things I liked about this one for you, Jennifer, was the listener who asked. This is one of those shows that, as Charlie just mentioned, he took his granddaughter. You could take kids and adults to the show, and everyone will be equally entertained by different things in the show, but you'll all be equally entertained.
There's a lot of slapstick. There's double entendre that the adults will like, and there's a lot of slapstick.
Yeah.
And Allie was, I don't know, 7 or 8 when we took her to see it, and she didn't have any trouble keeping up with it.
Yeah.
So I think, and she recognized, oh, well, he's him, and he's that, and blah, blah, blah. And,
yeah. That is.
I mean, I think there's even Tinkerbell in this thing.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It's a fun one.
It's a fun show. Yeah. And your kids will really love it.
Yeah. Like I say, I think this is one that adults will not get bored. You'll find some things to laugh at. Kids will love it. It's engaging and fast-paced enough for them. So hopefully that answers your question, Jennifer. Thank you. For others, stick around. More of Charlie Schill in the For the People Theater Hour right after this.
The Logan Home Show is back. Join us February 27th and 28th at the Cache County Event Center. Save big on all your home improvement projects and meet local remodeling experts. Bring your friends and family to see what's new in home improvement and craft and design. Check out designs and new ideas. Admission and parking are absolutely free. See you this weekend at the Cache Valley Event Center for the Logan Home Show, February 27th and 28th.
Who's the business you recommend without even thinking about it. The one you tell your friends about when they move to town. The place that's never let you down, squeezed you in last minute, or remembers your name when you walk through the door. It's time to give them the recognition they've earned. The Best of Northern Utah is back, presented by Alpine Cleaning and Restoration. Nominate your favorite businesses now at bestofnorthernutah.com.
Cache Valley, meet Lily Jarvis Fuller. She's 23 years old from Midway, Utah, earning her master's degree at Utah State University and now representing Team USA at the Spearfishing World Championships in New Zealand. Lily trains year-round, building the strength and focus it takes to compete on the international spearfishing stage, and she needs your help. To help pay for travel expenses, visit freshwaterlily.com. That's freshwaterlily.com and donate today. Any and all donations are truly appreciated. Let's help send Lily to the world stage, representing Utah and Team USA.
Welcome back to KVNU's For the People Theater Hour with Charlie Schill. We've covered a lot of ground, but I just want to stress this. We have not covered everything still. That's how much is happening when it comes to arts and entertainment. And in March we also have a USU show coming, and then in March a play reading from USU students, right?
Yep.
Okay. And Wives of Windsor is there, not happening now, right? Starting this coming week?
It's over.
Oh, that's right. That already happened.
Now,
wrapped up last weekend.
It wrapped up last weekend, and we didn't get to talk about it because we had Celeste
That's what threw
and
me
Bailey
off.
here. And we should talk about it.
Okay.
Because
I didn't get to see this one.
That was marvelous because they, Leslie Brott decided to update that show and put it into modern dress. Well, modern dress, 1950s dress.
Sure.
And that change, and I was surprised by it, but that change worked really, really well because it gave you a reference point on what type of characters they were based on these costumes.
Okay.
Instead of putting them in Elizabethan costumes where you don't know who that guy is or who that guy is.
Yeah.
You put them in 1950s costumes, and you put the soldiers who are Falstaff's minions in fatigues, and him running around in a field jacket with that great big belly hanging over because Jordan Bradford was wearing a fat suit. It was really enjoyable, and the first act was a lot of exposition, of course, but the second act really took off. Just hilarious things, and I can say it right now. There's the finale of the show is in the forest, and everybody is supposed to be trying to trick Falstaff into being afraid. And the entire cast comes out of the wings and proceeds to do Michael Jackson's Thriller choreography.
Yeah. Which is not what you expect.
Yeah, absolutely not what you expect. Now I couldn't mention that in the review because it would have been it's a spoiler, obviously. But it was sensational.
This is the only thing I heard, because I didn't get to see this one, and so this is the only thing I heard about it, was that someone said, well, wait, are you going to see it? And I said, no, I'm not going to get a chance. And they said, well, towards the end. And, it really, really clever to do that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's, USU students have been surprising us multiple years in a row now.
Oh, yeah.
With some some unexpected talent on display. And I love that. So just throws more into the mix, right?
Sure.
That is, their next show, Charlie and Chocolate Factory. There's a pretty big break before they get to that, right? They don't start that till the end of April.
They're doing that in April.
Okay, so
and
a little bit more than a month.
And they're also going to be doing that for the Lyric.
That's right.
Was going to restage that again with some of the same cast members from the student show and some equity actors and professional performers. That's something that they haven't done before. The trick is they want to use that as an opportunity to demonstrate Vanessa Ballin's directing talents, to put those on display for the Lyric audience as well as the audiences at USU.
It's a good idea.
She's been working on building up the musical theater side of the house over there, and they want to showcase it.
I guarantee whatever she's been up to is worth showing off. If it's Vanessa. So I'm excited to see that. All right. Any hints for next week's show? Do you want to give everyone or?
No.
Okay. Total secret. But
I'll bring a new list in.
Yeah. We'll get back to the calendar because we're going to fall behind. We're already behind. All right. That's next Thursday at 4, another episode of the For the People Theater Hour with Charlie Schill. You can read his reviews in between now and then at cachevalleydaily.com. And we'll be back with our spotlight on Logan schools right after this here on KVNU Logan.